lady of the wives of the governors, Faemi. I think, like I said, we'll look forward to a better organization next year. And of course, we shouldn't forget the principal aim of this tournament. It's not all about the fanfare, it's not about the matches. It's about passing the message across to the Nigerian youth that there's no gain in engaging in illicit drugs, as well as sensitizing athletes in different sports that there are banned substances that could make them ineligible to compete and represent the country as far as sport is concerned. So it's a very laudable one, and I think so many other first ladies should take a clue from this, you know, so as to imitate what our own first lady here has done. It's only the wife of the president who has organized something similar to this earlier this year, but I don't think it was as glamorous, as beautiful as what we just saw. It caps off a year that saw so many athletes give a very stellar performance in various athletes, female athletes, and here we have the first lady of the state capping it all. I think I'll say kudos to all the females out there who believe in themselves and are giving their best in their various endeavors. That's
the sport minister, Mr. Sunday Dare, ever present, ever ecstatic, ever innovative, of course, doing so very well in the national scene. That's the first lady and her hobby, going around taking her hobby. She ought to be taking her hobby to greet her colleague, but it's like the hobby knows the colleague more than her. Yes, that's, what's his name again? Solomon Dalong. Some people will say the controversial Solomon Dalong. But of course, we can't forget that man, you know, if not for anything, for his dress code. And that's what he has brought in there. Right there is khaki and that beret.
Superintendent of the Nigerian prisons, as well as a barrister, serving in the capacity of the sport minister. So many controversies around.
So many controversies. That's why a very, very laudable, very lovely, very amiable first lady. Pretty, both in and out, mind and spirit. And you can see her bring all of this into being. Like Justice said, the first lady, chairperson of the Governor's Wives Forum, Mrs. Faemi, right there. So much in this event. It was encapsulating, it was ecstatic, it was enterprising. And one most beautiful thing as a media we must bring to fore was the publicity this event enjoyed. It cut across Edo State, international and even global. I'm being privileged to be part of the committee. I understand the special advisor on media to His Excellency Governor OBASEKI, talking about Honorable Crusoe Osage, took this publicity out of the ordinary. It went far, as even reaching out to national television and radio stations, even in Lagos and Abuja. And all of these guys, as it was being showcased here, this event was showcased nationwide. All our sister channels, all of them were being part of this event as it breaks. Crusoe Osage, no other than Crusoe Osage can do this, and he did it so perfectly.
That is what happens when the result you get, when you put square pegs in
square hole,
round pegs in round holes. I mean, you just have to give it to the man who knows his onions as well as the job is concerned.
Absolutely.
And, of course, when you do your homework very well, you definitely attract the best around.
Yeah, so I think I like that adjective.
If it was a cut and nail event, nobody would have wanted to associate with it. But today we see let's free from bias. Let's call it spade what it is. This is something that so many other people will look up to and be pleased with outside the shores of Edo State, because I must tell you, it was both colorful, it was both entertaining. I mean, it had all the aura that standard tournaments have. So the draws and everything, right from the onset, we saw a tournament that was bound to succeed. That's why I said kudos to the organizers. And like I said, it's not about looking at what we've done. It's about trying to better the record next year.
Wow. Talking about bettering the record is about repeating what gave you success. It's only out of the box that you do something that doesn't give you results. If you want to call somebody some funny names, you just say doing the things that doesn't give you result, doing something different to expect the same result, or rather doing the same thing to expect a different result. Crusoe Osage, I call him NJ Crusoe Osage because he knows how to dot the I's and cross the T. For all those that participated for the very first time, emphatically I say this, journalists in Edo State will be encompassed, will be carried along, will be embraced, and many smiled home. Before this event started, he did say that the media will play a huge role. Let us bring a review of that when they met the deputy governor at his office to intimate him about the start of the event. Let's hear him out. Angel Crusoe Osagi.
This press conference, say a very big thank you to you.
The head of media, BESTY OBASEKI Women Football Tournament, Mr. Crusoe Osagi, assured the committee of adequate media coverage.
We have a very robust arrangement for the media to showcase this event. Robust but cost-effective, which means that you have to be a really serious media player to be able to take part in this event. You can't be a fringe media organization, expect us to take you into the League One. So it's a League One event for League One media organizations.
Patience Usagiwa reporting.
That's it. Angel Crusoe Osagi giving relief of what is being expected, and what he said was what went on ground. I mean, I was the one who nicknamed him Angel Crusoe Osagi. When a man has the heart of an angel, you call him an angel, because when you relate with somebody and you have every cause to smile, unlike before, we had the first edition of this tournament where it was grumbling from journalists, it was grumbling from every nook and crannies. I mean, a lot of people walked and were not being rewarded. A lot of people, there were so many inches. If you go around the town, you will see how Edo State, a lot, I don't know many that wanted to shun this event. If the former, or rather the usual, was being done. But when Crusoe Osagi came aboard, he brought everybody on the table and said, this is what we should do, this is what is expected, this is what we are expecting, this is what we are expecting you to do. And everybody, all hands were on deck, and at the end, it was a huge success. I think other sector should borrow a leaf from this. We see the Western world performing magic. I was reading on social media this morning where a famous social blogger in Edo State, Nigeria, now in the United Kingdom, Amefe Jessica, was saying that how did Oyibo get to this level? When you enter the bus, before you join the bus, they tell you when the bus is arriving, 10 minutes time, exactly 10 minutes time, the bus will be at the terminal. When you're the bus, you know when you have to step down, you know where there is hold up, you know how many minutes you are going to spend. If there are changes, it's even before you embark on the journey. And she was asking, how did these guys get here that we can't get here? All of these things, if we did put, there are some persons in this country. Having watched what Crusoe Osagi did in this event, I came to a conclusion that there are people who can better the lot of this country, right in this country, but that opportunity they are yet to see.
Well, it's good what he has done. Let me add voice to what you said. Angel Crusoe Osagi, well done. Thank you very much for organizing this event and bringing it to a very glamorous conclusion. And it takes a good leader to do that. And one of the hallmarks of good leaders, good leadership, is the ability to put different people together, pull people together, pull people along.
Use materials.
I mean, we are all different in our environment, the way we are raised. There are so many things running through our minds, and we all have our own peculiarity. And so bringing people together and leading them is not an easy task. And that is why I said the ability to do that is one of the hallmarks of good leaders. So he just showed that he's such a leader who will be able to bring people together and make them work for a common goal or good. Without the media, there's no way such an event of such magnitude can be seen by the world. The media is the eye, of the body. So with the media, the ability to showcase what you have becomes very possible. And so when the media they are working in tandem with the organizers, I mean, you achieve the goal, just like we just saw. So that is one thing that I would like to see, like going forward, want people in different positions to borrow a cue from what he just did. The ability to bring people together, to organize events, to make it a success is what we need in different spheres of government. If we're able to do that, then maybe we'll have a good society or a better society for everyone. But then, like, making reference to what you said, your friend overseas said, I would like to also bring to the fore that, we are still some many years behind these guys. These guys got their independence a very long time ago, and it took them a very long time to get to where they are right now. A country that just got their independence not quite long cannot be rubbing shoulders with countries who are already independent in the 70s, 17th centuries and all of that. So it should be work in progress. But then it can only become work in progress. You can only see your progress when you're making the right move in the right direction.
Wow. Just as I've said it all, capped everything that I'm about to say, I mean, we should learn. We should learn from persons, individuals like this. Yes, I was listening to some of our musicians or entertainers saying this sector is bad, this sector is corrupt, this sector is that. I must tell you, not everyone in that sector generalizing, like what some persons will say. I think this man, Crusoe Osagie, has actually lived up to his name and title. He's a pastor, I was made to understand. He's a pastor with the church in Edo State, and has actually lived into that category, that billing, that rating as a pastor. One man who, if you meet, I'm not saying it because maybe some of you will like a personal friend. No, check out with any journalist in Edo State. Just log in, go to Wikipedia, go to Google, go to anywhere and type Crusoe Osagie and see what it will bring to your fore. Honest, transparency, focus, success-driven, and of course, all of that. That's who this man represents. That's why I nicknamed him Angel Crusoe Osagie. So for the local organizing committee, for the organizers, for the event, First Lady Mrs. BESTY OBASEKI, I mean, this is for a food for thought. Same person should emulate, should repeat this feat next year and even beyond. And if we say it is a continuum, I think wherever Crusoe Osagie is, whenever this event is being put to place, or similar event like this, it should be brought to a fore, because he knows how to enact success. All right, away from that, we'll hit the international scene now. But before we do that, the international games has halted club football for now. We know that later part of this year, in November through December, we'll be having the FIFA World Cup, which of course put a hold to a lot of activities. Before we go to club football, some of our highlights, Nigeria will be playing friendlies against Algeria, and that is, to me, is a grade A friendly, because Algeria is one of the big names you have in Africa. But we understand that their key man, star player, Riyad Mahrez, will not be featuring. So also some of our players, the likes of Victor Osimhen, will be absent, and just recently, Chukwueze and Captain Ahmed Musa all will be absent. But we are still trying to get a formidable team. Since nothing is at stake, we will not be going to the World Cup. This is an avenue for you to say who is the best leg. I think we shouldn't be crying foul. If we say we are giant of Africa, it should be in our ramification.
And Sadiq Umar.
And Sadiq Umar. Wow. That was after starting brilliantly.
Well,
so sad.
It's sad that the Super Eagles will not be in the World Cup.
It has been.
The apex football competition, that every player wants to, have the feel of, even the fans. And so having a friendly is also a very good one, because we shouldn't forget in a hurry that Jose Pizarro just came on board as the new manager of the Super Eagles, and so he just needs these games, to make the team gel, to get his own play, to look out for players that will suit perfectly into his own approach to the game. And when you play friendly matches like this, grade A friendly, like you called it, we're not playing one small Lesotho or Zimbabwe or one unknown team in Africa. We're playing an Algerian side that has beaten the country, that has been the Super Eagles before to leave the Nations Cup. So going into this friendly, Jose Pizarro has a whole lot to watch out for. He just has to do his best to bring out the best of results in this match, so that at least to give Nigerians the confidence that he might just be better than his predecessor, Coach Austin Eguavoen, who failed to pick a World Cup ticket, as well as left the Nations Cup in the next round after the group stage, where they won all 3 matches. But then the Algerians, like I said, they also have an array of stars. Riyad Mahrez is not the only star in that team. There are so many scattered across Europe. Many of them are even playing in the Champions League. So it's going to be a very formidable opponent. when the
for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Okay, moving forward, we understand that Sadiku Man has had a very